How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night X-Wing Playoff. Nickel City X-Wing. Say X-Wing a few more times. X-Wing. Season, what season are we on? 6, I think? I'm joined by my boy who hasn't played in a hot minute, at least in person, as we were just talking about. Velvet Buddha, whose name is now KDB Senpai, of course, in honor of our glorious KDB. What's up, my guy?
Not too much. I'm watching a game of XWA. I have not played a game of XWA.
Oh, really? Not at all? Like, so, yeah, I mean, obviously you were practicing for AMG points.
Game, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, things have been going pretty well. I would say it seems like it's productive, I'll say, and people are having fun. Those are the two most important things for me. And yeah, I'm curious. We can talk about, I'm curious what you think, and just as someone who's maybe a little bit more on the outside looking in with your experience, what you think of the points in front of you. But we've got,
they are.
I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll figure some of it out.
I'll look at the overlay.
You have some intuition. I'm sure you'll figure a little bit of it out. So we've got my team, KDB here. Although there's the animation. It was like, it just didn't show up. I mean, there it is. My team, KDB, going up against the Berserkers here in this first round of the playoffs. So KDB finished 7-3. Didn't have a first round pick. I think that's really impressive. I think Will did an amazing job as captain, and he did not pay me to say that. Will's a great captain. Had a lot of fun. Andrew, you were on KDB at some point. Was it last season? Probably, right?
Yeah, great time.
Yeah, and you took a break this season, obviously. Yes. Would you play in the next season, in the spring?
Honestly, I don't know. My life is
right now.
Busy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Life is pretty busy. It's hard to get free weeknights. I'm working a lot at my new job, and I do stuff after work, like most nights of the week. And I don't know. I think the weekly commitment of Draft League kind of burned me out a little bit. Like, I really enjoyed the people and the setting. It's just like having to schedule a game is kind of the worst, and with how my life is set up right now. So we'll see.
Gotcha.
I miss playing. I miss the group. I still hop into the Discord. But
there's always a million reasons not to do something. But your legacy, leaving a legacy behind is more exciting because nobody can, you can't tarnish it yourself. Just leave one behind.
It's easy to find an hour and a half a week to play X-Wing. It's much harder for me to schedule it. That's the frustrating part.
Well, how about people who are like 12 hours ahead of you or 14 hours or 7 hours?
Nightmare.
It's tough. Yeah. So we're playing Assault at the Satellite Array. We've got Ratchet playing for KDB, playing Separatists, going one of the best factions in the game. I think statistically for the Draft League is the best performing, with like a 570 winning percentage or thereabouts, is what Greg and I were talking about the other day on our stream. I don't know if we haven't started quite yet. We're setting down. It's cool. Just want to make sure I didn't miss that. Going up against Chris, lit the Wookie win. He's the captain of the Berserkers, with a 4-ship resistance list, including Death Ray. You have the Heroes of Hope Poe, the cheaper Poe. He's actually only 5 points, but he doesn't have much loadout. Still able to give himself or someone else every other turn an extra action. As we are officially underway, betting is open if you guys want to get your bets in. This will be interesting. There's a lot of fragile pieces, but a lot of bodies on the CIS side, which is pretty much in tune with their faction identity. Ray and Poe can pretty much, chew on any of these pretty quickly. So blocking is going to be big. The energy shell charges is going to be big. Utilizing munitions for Ratchet is going to be an important part of his game plan. And do you want to break down one of the lists, Andrew? I usually do that. Left or right, you can choose which side you want to do.
I will break down resistance because a lot less to read.
A lot less stuff, sure. I'll do CIS first, just since you do left to right, if that's cool. Yeah. So Dirge has synced laser cannons. He only has 6 loadout. So he's 4 points there. That's all he's got. Synced lasers for the 3 attack dice. Then we've got a G-Notion prototype here with Kraken. So going to be keeping calculates around on the board, up to 3 of them at range of 0 to 3 with energy shell charges and those stabilizers. Then we've got DBS 404 with energy shell charges and plasma torpedoes. So interestingly, nothing for no range 1 munition, as we usually see APTs on him, but going with a little bit of a different build there. DBS 32C in the Hyena as well here, with landing struts and just fire control system. Then DFS 81 with Discord missiles and strut lock override contingency protocol. That is an SL, standard loadout card pilot. And then DFS 311 with energy shells and struts. And then lastly, in the Tri-Fighter, DIS 347 with energy shells and Deadeye shot. So a lot of ships, but not a ton of upgrades, honestly. You got some energy shells there, you got a plasma, some discords, but pretty straightforward, approachable list in terms of the cards, the spread from the other side. And now I'll pass it to you, Andrew, for resistance.
Sure. It looks like starting at the top, we got our I6 Poe, who sometimes passes actions to himself or his friend. I guess you think 5 points. That seems cheap. That seems good. I don't know how I feel about pattern analyzer on him, but that seems good. Nemi or Nine Nub, not Nemi. Nine Nub does the stupid stuff where he gets the bump focus and then remove a stress, or he does a 4K and removes stress. It's very silly. I hate it. His pattern analyzer, he always has it. I hate all of it. And Friendship Predator, which is great. Sure, that makes sense. Ray is Ray 7. That would make sense, right? 5573.
Ray is 7, yeah.
Yeah, and Ray has had the same upgrades since X-Wing 2.0 started. So, yeah, we know what Ray does. Merle Cobbin, who can kind of give a sort of fake, somewhat intimidate-like effect with Paint and Heroic. Paint's awesome. It may be useful here. Probably not super useful, but Paint's great. Interesting. It's not a lot of big guns on the Resistance side. It's not a large quantity of decent guns, because that post shot is not going to be double modified very often. And Ray is Ray.
Ray is almost like 2 ships in a way, right?
Yes, but it's a lot of bodies in the CAS side. Like, every shot has to count, right? And if you end up shooting through a rock or range 3, like, even a Ray shot into a droid with a calc and a couple of green dice is not going to average a lot of damage. So he's got to be really careful with which targets he picks and makes sure, like, something like Dirge, like everything on the CIS side is imminently killable by the Resistance quite quickly. But if Dirge dips away, or you try to start on the prototype, the Geonosian, who I assume is 3 points and he's got the shell charges in this Kraken. Yeah, like, I understand why you want to go Kraken, but be a lot of decent shots into a 3-point ship when everyone else is still shooting at you. So, interesting choices for Resistance here. They both seem fun.
Yeah. I honestly, I have my immense bias for this game, but I like this Resistance list. I think this is going to be quite a challenge for Ratchet, and it's going to come down to, like you mentioned, there's a lot of single modded shots from 9. Merle is not reliably going to be a damage dealer, and if left out to dry, could be the easiest thing to kill, potentially with all these firing arcs. So, keeping Ray alive is the most important mid-game thing for Chris here. Obviously, you never want to lose a 7-point ship. But that is your firepower. Like, Poe is not going to be firing torpedoes. He's not going to be doing it. He doesn't have overdrive. So if he gets shot at, he can bleed pretty quickly as well. And he is 5 points. So I do agree with you, but I like the matchup. I think Resistance feels like they have a little bit of an advantage with Ray in this list, but we'll see.
Yeah, and with all Resistance ships kind of on one lane right now, it feels like CIS has a chance to catch and kill one of the T-70s. Like, if you have enough guns to maybe wipe a T-70 a turn, if you could do that, that'd probably be a disaster for Resistance. But we'll see what the Resistance does. I mean, they have space. They have a lot of space between each other. They got some rocks between each other. Resistance can spread out. They can try to flank off, and we'll see.
Did somebody ask Will if we cheat in the KDB chat? In KDB chat, do you leave Ratchet to it, or do you help? Oh, do you discuss what list to bring? I actually punish anyone chatting in the room that gets timed out. Yeah, that's false, but I thought Andre was like, "Do you guys like tell Ratchet how to play his games while he's playing?" It's like, "What?"
All right, so you mentioned CS doing quite well in XWA,
Mm,
and I know Draft League is pretty goofy because you know your scenario and opponent, so you really get to tune your list.
sure.
Do you think
Yeah.
that's having a big impact, or is it just that some of these energy shell charge droids that look pretty cheap are quite good at the alpha?
Oh, it's interesting. I mean, that's a good. I think it's hard to truly quantify how you like remove that type of bias from the sample, the large sample we've gotten when it comes to building your list for matchups. Greg's the goal with what Greg's been looking at is just trying to get every faction to 500 or not far behind, and every faction is but FO, and they're like pretty close. They're like a 470 average winning percentage. And that's with the ability to know what you need to bring, right? So what was the question again? I'm sorry.
I guess like, do you think their high win rate is severely impacted or somewhat heavily driven by the nature of scenario and matchup selection and like the knowledge?
I don't think so, because we've seen like the bombardment drones with the prox mines have been really popular.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can take 3 of them.
Yeah.
You'd see that in any matchup. I actually think CIS, depending on the player, they're bringing the same list for anything. It's not like if you're playing on chance you see Django and like 3 ships or 4 ships. Like, it's like Ratchet has been bringing these 7 or 8 ship swarms pretty much the whole season, and he's been playing every scenario. So for CIS, I wouldn't say as much. For like, I'm playing Rebels. I went 6-2 with Rebels. I had a lot of fun, and I thought there was some stuff that was pretty overtuned that I was able to take advantage of for certain scenarios. But for the most part, I played the same list, and it was pretty versatile. Like, Gavin is just good for anything. It's not just salvage.
Yeah, he's pretty he's quite good.
Everyone just gets crits. It's always good. Turns out that's always been good.
You have those things where like the easier it is for something to do what they're good at, the better it is. And like it's really easy to make Gavin work. Like if Gavin is a little too efficient, it's very easy to make his trick be very powerful.
Yeah, if you were to ever be like a Ratted, I think a charge-based ability, like you could keep it, but make it like a couple charges or something, so that
I
not
think
just
that
everybody is
like
just
the long
doing.
range sensors is just that whole mechanic is all kind of goofy to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm a big E-Wing fanboy, so it's not going to be maybe the best faith
Right.
conversation, but their
No, I
link,
think
their lack of linked
the idea
actions
that
is not great either, and their
you have
dial
a
is
target lock, and that target lock is required no matter
the range,
like we're talking
basically.
like conceptually, not even range. It's like the target is outside your rangefinder, like outside your arc, and you can still take a target lock. Like that's silly to me, right? Like you're not gonna have a target lock on someone behind you. That's absurd, right?
My favorite thing to do is just pop codes, just pop codes
Right.
immediately.
Right. Like I'm talking about like the fantasy of the game. Like in a Star Wars fantasy, you're not gonna target lock someone who's flying behind you or to the side of you. It just doesn't make. I don't know. It's all kind of goofy.
Yeah, I mean, how often are you target locking when you don't have a shot, or when you're like coming back around and you're like, I'll set this up for later. Merle that's a couple shots going into Merle there.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's 2 shots, probably just 2.
And Merle, I guess, can Merle too hard? My eye for this game is gonna be really bad.
Yeah, should be able to.
I don't. Yeah, it looked close, but then you like that Dry Fighter's kind of too hard behind him because that's all the Dry Fighter can do is 2 and 3 hard right there.
I mean, I think Merle could like 3 bank and just focus rotate and still be by the
or
objective.
yeah, like 4 straight focus rotate, stay in arc of the objective there.
So 9 does his what did he do? He did a 2 bank.
Did Poe give him something?
Yeah, something must have happened
Poe,
because he focus boosted essentially.
Charge is post charge is popped.
And Dirge probably. I think you're already out of Ray's arc, so you have a chance to get some free damage into Ray here. And we are going to see that barrel roll, that focus link roll here with the synced laser cannon. It wouldn't be range 3 anyways, but thanks to Kraken, you'd be able to keep that calculate and restrict the range bonus.
How does he have a calculate in the first place?
The boost to lock on the E-wing is the detriment because you can't lock at range 1. Yeah, I think I honestly only recently did I have a moment where I was like, oh, I can't do that. I can't lock at range 1. Like I usually just like pattern analyze your focus all the time.
Okay, I'm dumb. Someone tell me, how does Dirge have a calculate token?
The DFS like threw it over there, 311.
Oh.
Just chucked it.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually play that. Right, because like, that's how I started playing X-Wing. 311 like wasn't around.
Take a shot every time Andrew says, I'm confused. What's going on? Because I've done that. And I play all the time. I play a decent amount. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm confused. Cool. What's going on? You're a true commentator. You're a commentator, Harry.
I would die if we played that game.
Yeah, right. And then the more drunk you get, the less you know what's going on. It would just be, we would die.
Yeah, just be like real life.
Yeah, there's about to be a pretty nasty little joust lane next turn.
Mm-hmm. What? Okay.
You want to be in Merle's bullseye?
You don't want to be on a cloud. You're a droid. Oh no.
So he 32. Was this a coordinate? Oh, he wants to fire Discord missiles. I don't think that's going to hit him.
Oh, that's hysterical.
That's not even going to hit him.
Not. But will it hit him next turn?
I don't think there's any way you can avoid, unless he won hards to the right. I think that's the only way you don't get hit, and that's not blue. That's an odd choice. And Merle, like, that's going to take an agility away, too, looks like. Poe does have Dirge. Okay. So good, our first catch of the day. For Natty 3, there you go. Starting us off right. Poe just rolls Natty's Dirge. You spend the calculate because you don't have to worry about the range bonus. Yeah, take 1.
Yeah.
And this is the Dirge that like doesn't technically like die until you gotta like overkill him. That one game you and I played where I somehow killed him without you ever getting a single damage card you can repair. Still lost that game, but that was quite a statistically improbable event.
Oh god, yes.
That was like the Luke range 3 obstructed, needed 1 pain on like 3 dice, rolled 3 blanks to die, lose game moment. I remember that. Those are the games that you just never truly forget. All right, so yeah, is he debating? You don't spend the focus.
Because like theoretically you keep the calc with Kraken, and
that's
if you
true.
Don't use it on offense, but like don't
imagine rolling 3 eyeballs.
Yeah, I think so much of X-Wing is like stop making things complicated for yourself. Like sometimes the obviously good choice is the obviously good choice, and there's nothing complex behind it. Like just take it.
I agree. 9 is gonna have a range 3 obstructed shot on green, which is DFS 081. Or no, sorry, the colors are swapped. That's 32C. Let me update these colors. 32C is green. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right, I'm really confused. Who is this? 32C 404. Okay. .311 is blue. 081 is pink. Okay. What did I miss?
Ray
doing Ray
working
stuff.
on the shot into the prototype, yeah.
To acquire lock. I've never been a fan of any of this, to be honest, but
it's we don't have to teach you here. It's dice masturbation. It's just like you're playing your own little mini game within the game.
Yeah.
And especially when Ray had heroic, it's just not fun. And my personal attack on Ray players is Ray players seem to attract people who want to play the game by themselves. And like, can't it just be spend a force to add a hit? Like, isn't there a world in which her ability is spend a force and add a hit, and that saves
know.
everyone so much
And
trouble.
then just the ability to like sloop like constantly, even when you're stressed, like it just like negates so many game effects, like and rules. It's like yeah, it's silly. It's one of those things like people who love Death Ray are like gonna be very offended hearing us talk bad about any version of Ray, but I also wish there was a way to play Ray without her being the most one-trick pony of all time.
I'm fine with the one-trick pony. I just hate that it is like mechanically so complicated. To again, like if you have a Ray SL, oh, there we go, nice. Yeah, if you have a Ray SL, the SL is like spend a force, add a hit, awesome, done. Like you don't have to mess with the stupid lock stuff, or like getting lock on defense. I hate that. It's just silly.
Yeah, there should be some. I think just not having like any restrictions of any kind. This is 3 dice from the Tri-Fighter going into Merle now. 3 on 3. Merle does have a focus. The Tri has a calc, and you blank out completely. This is the one that fired the Discord missiles. I think this is the one with Strutlock Override, though. Yeah, so it can fly over the gas cloud, Andrew.
Oh, nice. I'm stupid. Yeah,
no, I missed that too. Ratchet's gonna watch back.
Has anyone ever played this card? No.
So Merle takes 1. Maybe somebody out there. Ratchet, maybe. And so I know it's only 2 damage, but that 2 shields in array could be really big. Like,
especially with all energy shells around. Yeah, that's big. Yeah, and Ray's in such a weird spot. Like, she can't go fast because of rock, and so she kind of has to bank. And then ends up in this weird...
She could 1 straight, right?
Yes,
but Dirge is just gonna peel in and be like, "Yo, what's up?"
Dirge is in a great spot, right? Like Dirge 1 banks and barrel rolls and bullseyes her wherever. Who cares?
Yep.
And the droids, if the droids go 1 fast and 1 slow, they can kind of keep. And even if Ray 1 straight, they can kind of keep Ray in rock hell, like in a really scary spot, like possibly sitting on the gas or on the rock the turn after that one. Just by like mixing up, like a 3 straight. I don't know. Does Hyenas have a 4 or 5 straight? By 404 and something slower by 32C, and like you've created some problems for Ray right there.
This next turn will be big, and Poe will not have his ability, so he's taking a single modded shot. I think I gotta be honest here, Chris, if you're watching this back, I don't know if you needed to use his ability on 9 the first turn. His shot was not the most meaningful. Range 3 obstructed, single modded, but I think you would want to save his ability for this coming engagement. But we'll be splitting up some objectives here. It looks like it's going to be... Oh, Merle still gets to shoot, and then it'll be 3 objectives for Chris and only 1 for CIS. And Merle is using his ability, right? Bullseye on pink, so only 1 die and will take a hit. And pink could easily die to 9. Probably see like a 2 straight maybe from 9 this turn. But you're only worth 2 points. But a 3-to-1 objective advantage here is going to be pretty helpful for Chris. Any turn you can get 3+ in assault, you are pretty happy. To turn 3 we go. Oh, he wanted the objective. Yeah, I think you can get it. Sense. You can. Yeah, no, that's true. That's fair. You then weigh the advantage of having somebody having a double modded shot or another action versus getting 1 extra point this turn. I don't know how you really
weigh saying that. Ray can sloop next turn, but there's nowhere Ray can sloop the turn after that can't be blocked by a droid. And I think
Yeah.
if you're Chris, you're kind of locked into killing a hyena to give Ray an avenue out, because Ray will die. Like with where Ray's health is at and where Dirge and the other ships are at, like Ray's on track to die next turn or turn after, unless she has an escape vector. I think you need to kill a droid or two.
I
to
think
give her an
Ray
escape
can fit
vector.
a 2 straight. I wouldn't try it, but it looks possible. 1 seems to
Yeah.
be.
If the 2 fits, you can like maybe blow over 4 straight the next turn. If you can kill a droid,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like if 404 is just 1 banks here to the left, you're in a weird spot, but you're probably not going to die. And Ray's going to be in a maybe 2 bank, yeah, a 2 bank in a really awkward spot to turn after. Played Rebels this season. Do you play anything else?
No, just
Draft?
stuck with Rebels. Everyone, the whole team, they did really well with their factions. So just
Yeah, 7-3 solid. That's very strong.
yeah. I mean, the list that I was playing got hit in a few ways, but none of it seemed unfair or like any of those changes. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was enjoying playing Shara Bay again.
Range. I don't know what that ship is.
She's I was like one of the many I4 A-wings, but she had it like she went down to 3 points and had enough to take prockets, so she was really solid, cheap piece. And her ability, she could spend a lock to for primary attacker while defending to add an eyeball result.
Oh, add the eyeball. Yeah.
Yeah, so with Korn and the X-wing, you could like lock him, and then he can lock somebody to like. There's some weird synergies there, or just give you a double modded procket, because why not? Oh, we're undoing some stuff.
What is happening?
I think we just maybe accidentally hit undo.
Oh yeah.
It happens.
What are you taking to PAX?
Yeah, I guess I don't really care about talking about that at all. I'm gonna take the Wedge and Luke, the SLs, like Battle over Endor, Boy, and then Fen and the Fang with his optimal loadout, and then Keo and Sabine.
Awesome.
It actually seems really solid, like all the way around. High initiative, firepower.
Are you just
agility.
playing like the regular upgrades on Fan? Like the
I think it'll
I
be
don't
like
know, whatever
Beskar,
whatever
Mando,
some shit.
and
Yeah.
Predator. I think. Yeah, it seems
Swarm
it's like-
is really funny with Luke on that one as well, on that build. I know that was something Paul had tested for Worlds, and it's real good, but it can be a bit one trick.
Yeah, I'm not really good at playing the swarm tactic stuff. Like, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing, and it's not my thing.
Yeah, but I could definitely see that being pretty good.
Right now, I have Wedge, Bodica, Ahsoka, and SL Lando packed.
Oh God, yeah, talk about playing a mini game. SL Lando is as fun as is. I can't read it all. It's too much.
It's quite silly when I remember to read the card.
You have to pause the timer to go through everything. It's like a book.
Yeah.
SL, yeah. Him being able to just like barrel roll and then like double link actions, and it's just hilarious.
The barrel's really weird because it's so hard to judge the barrel roll.
Yeah.
The changing initiative is like really pretty absurd. Like you just I1 and like you could I1 and sloop into the middle of a jousting lane. You'd be like, okay, I have a double modded shot, and or like a modded shot. I can double tap, and you didn't expect me to be here, and I've stressed all your ships.
So does Merle focus rotate? Doesn't get determined until after you place this. Put it in the front so Merle doesn't get a shot, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, and token stuck. There you go.
Yeah, I think you are positionally behind on the damage race here already.
Oh, is he gonna do the back?
And
What are you?
uh,
Why? Why?
makes no sense.
That's odd. Okay. Because not only that's where Merle. I mean, Merle would still have to shoot it.
Merle bumped. He can't focus rotate.
Oh, Merle did bump. Got it. That's why
Yeah.
he's. I don't think you could place it in the front. Maybe was the reason.
Yeah, possibly.
Look at me. I'm the bid now. Yeah, fair enough. That is Lando.
I'm also looking at Han with Bistan and Ursa. So no perceptive and just like single mod one attack and hope the Ursa Ren crew nonsense procs enough to get
Oh, sure.
the delve mods I need. I also have only played it like 3 times months ago. And Ahsoka is like it's a bit tricky. It's a bit difficult.
Ahsoka going down to 4. Like I always just struggled immensely taking a 5-point A-wing. Like I loved her,
Yeah.
but you 4-starve her all the time, and if you're not doing that, then like what are you doing? And it's just like I always felt like I was just like a little off with how I could play her to get the most value out of her. But 4 points,
I mean, not to reveal our super secret strategies that we learned in 3 test games, but like the thing with Ahsoka is it's very fucking obvious what turns she's going to blow her charges. And if she's doing them to give someone else double mod, even if she takes an evade, like there's a decent chance she's down to 1 force and evade. And if you have a double mod at I6, which most lists will have, you could absolutely push damage and like 4-starve her. And so she, if Ahsoka ends turn 2 or whatever with 1 shield down and no force, like that's not a good spot for Ahsoka to be in. So
Yeah.
she's facing the fight. So it's not like it felt very reasonable at 4, even though it can be, if played more cagey, it can be very annoying.
Yeah, and I mean, I think with the AMG meta, I'm not sure how often you could afford to be super passive and just economical.
Exactly.
With,
yeah.
Always blowing her force charges. We're debating on where to barrel roll here. We're deliberating. This is the SL. What was this? DFS 081. Linking it to a calculate, hoping that 9 went a little bit faster than a 1 straight. So Merle going to take basically a free damage from the, unless 9 decides to shoot at it, that would be it. It's the only way you stop that from happening. Not really consequential because Merle will have the flanking position most of the game, but one less shot you're dealing with if you're Ratchet, and here comes that boost. Is it a boost evade or a boost calculate? I can't remember. I think it's boost calculate.
Yeah.
Barrel roll evade, I think, is the other option.
Yeah.
Well, he used strut lock override, but that's a different type of struts than Andre. And there goes Ray. So it looks like almost any maneuver optimal maneuver for Dirge will clear, and you'll have another good shot into Ray. And yeah, okay, 9 goes faster than I thought. And he doesn't have, the only shot he has will be, unless he barrel rolls to the left, will be into the Discord missile. The Discord buzz droids, whatever you call it. Let's go top-down view for this.
Yeah, 9 can't barrel right now, right?
No. Oh, yeah, his wings are open.
Yeah.
I mean, Ray could one shot. Well, between Poe and Ray, you could certainly kill 32C, but then you're taking 4 shots back, 5 shots. One,
Yeah, you're
two,
taking a
three,
lot
4,
back.
5, 6 shots. And contingency protocol would trigger as well, and I think you have that on. You have it on pink, which would allow for a target lock. Can you do it while stressed? Yes. I don't know if anyone else has that.
This is
though.
a
I don't
really
think so.
great setup by Ratchet. Like you have a full 180 degrees of ships pointing all at Chris's most expensive piece.
I think you have to do the barrel roll here. You might not be in range of the objective anyways. Barrel roll, go all the way back. You get bullseye in case Ray tries to keep the focus for defense. You can say no, no, no. Not sure why Ray. I mean, Ray has force, so
But this
probably
is
doesn't
maybe
matter.
slightly better angle for the next turn, and you wouldn't be stressed. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just focus here.
You're also matching a knit, so like next turn maybe you're like you're kind of screwed anyways.
Yeah. I think he's looking at the order. If you focus first, I think it's focus first. Pretty sure like most things are focus first, unless you're a Fang fighter, and then you do it after the reposition. We could see some sort of nasty work with spending a calculated 32C to give Dirge a double modded shot.
That would be cool.
Coordinate.
I don't know if you need it though.
Yeah, what did Dirge end up doing?
Anything,
Nothing.
And like
Target locking. Okay.
I like Ratchet's choice to like double up in the calcs, even on 404 who had a lock available to them, and just like, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and be annoying to Ray.
Poe isn't shooting anybody meaningful here.
Yeah.
But we are gonna spend that calculate 32C coordinate ability here. And we're gonna give a target lock for a plasma torp.
Plasma? Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Oh.
I mean, I assume Ray would have shields by then, but I don't think that matters. Oh, put it up. Nice.
Yeah, that's a lot of. That is DIS 347's ability, acquiring a lock. Ratchet executing the game plan here pretty well so far. The biggest engagement of the game is this turn. I'd say the second engagement. What would you agree? Like, if I were to say the statement, the second engagement is almost always the most important engagement in a game. Would you agree with that statement?
I mean, I somewhat. It depends on the game state, right? Because like, this is the first meaningful engagement between the majority of the ships.
Yeah, I mean, second engagement's always the most meaningful, I think, anyways.
Right.
And Dirge is going to take it all. Hit, crit. So shield, hit, and a crit. He's hoping it's nothing too awful. The crit is a weapons failure.
No! Oh, that is a bummer. But I think you're probably okay here still. I think the easy perspective is there is 20 points of Ratchet ships pointing at one of Chris's ships. And Chris has lots of points pointing at lots of different things.
And you're going 3 dice onto the Discord on the Buzzroids. They only have 1 agility, so 2 paint.
8 points of ships pointing at nothing.
And that is going to be the end of the Discord. He does have to spend his focus. You don't. What is he doing? He's clicking something. You have to know that like that DIS is probably not taking a shot at you. Like most likely not.
Yeah. Yes.
DIS wants to shoot at Ray.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure what the holdup is though. He's not going to spend the focus and still kills it. Okay. That seemed, yeah, that's a little cagey. Worried about getting that 4-die shot from the Tri-Fighter. And now Ray has range 1 into green. You always have to take the range 1 shot with Ray. Almost always.
Yeah. It's taking up your space. You got to clear something.
Ray needs a 1 shot here. Yeah, and even then, yeah, so Sev will make it 17 instead of 20. So, like, what are the deliberate... So you're like, oh, well, I have a lock on the obstructed range 2 shot at a ship is impossible for me to kill this turn. Like, you have to go for the 1 shot. You can't shoot Dirge. Like, sure, you could try to kill Pink. Pink has taken a damage, has a calculate. But that seems... That honestly, if you're Ratchet, you're like, hell yeah, shoot at Pink. That's great. The other thing to keep in mind is how much force does Ray need to use at least 1 force here. Because, you know, her ability is great until she runs out of force and does not have heroic, which I realize the XWA points makes it so that she can't really take that, which is great. Love that. So, okay, so 2 hits and an eyeball result. You add the blank there, you see at the bottom with Finn. 4 guarantees, but you really can't be spending both of your force right now. Do you spend the blank to acquire the lock and re-roll the eyeball result?
Yes,
I think
that's what I do. I think if you lose Ray, you lose the game this early, so you just gotta token up and hold on.
I wonder, like, Chris keeps clicking something, and I'm wondering what he's doing. Like clicking is the die? I don't know. All right, so yeah, there's what he's doing, exactly that, and he does get the 3 hits, and that's to paint, spend the calculate, and is going to live, and not a single ship dies from the resistance aces here, or the high initiative punchers on 1 hole is Pink. And still has access to networked calculations. I believe they have networked. Yes. Was 2 force spend a guaranteed kill? Yes. But, like, he couldn't do that, right? Like, it's just a bad choice. It's just, like, does not make sense to do. That's way too aggressive. Like, the small chance she has to live, you need to try to maintain. And here we go, starting us off with Dirge has a target lock. Again, he has a range 1, but with a weapons failure, because Poe dealt that crit to him and only gets 1 crit. Can Ray roll the natty evade? Yes. So now the plasma really does matter a little bit more, because Dirge fails to get the shield down. Now you fire the plasma torpedo, and no matter what, if you get 3 hits, Ray will take 2 damage. And there's enough. Spend the calculate for 3. If Ray rolls a blank, she will be taking 2. She does not. Takes 2. So into the hole. And has to spend a force there. Yeah, Pink is on 1 hole. My bad. Range 1. Ooh. Natties. Or sorry. Small screen. I thought those were natties, but spends enough to get the 3 hits anyways. Almost the same as natties. Just needed to spend a few things. Ray adds result, spends her last force, takes 1. So glad he kept his force because he's been able to get out of taking a lot more damage so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I don't think you are going to be able to do it, to take her down here. She's still got 6 left. And I think she still has her focus, right? She does. Yeah, she's been rolling auto natty evades. It's a TTS special, it seems, the large base natty evade. It's at least what I watch and play. It's very common. Has the target lock. You only have 1 calculate.
But you spend the
Spending
shell
it.
charge, so you spend the calc and the shell charge ability.
Oh, is this an energy shell charge from the Tri-Fighter? Oh, it does have energy shells. That's true. Hit, hit,
Yeah.
crit. Yeah. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Roll something else. Oh, it's so annoying. It's 3. Is that 4 straight evades for Ray or 3? I don't know. Panic Pilot. She could still sleep. Down to 4. Yeah, Ray probably should have 1 or 2 more damage. Can't be relying on the natty evade every time, but it's working out in Chris's favor, getting the results on defense here. And nothing. So that's rough as well. Another shot not doing any damage. Dirge and Pink now doing nothing. You have a shot obstructed here. Do you have front arc? You do, so you can fire an energy shell charge for this shot as well. Is there a target? There is a lock for a reroll, at least 1 lock for a reroll here. And you're going to use it. 3 hits. Ray taking hit crit. Oh, sorry. Taking 2. I think he accidentally did the shell charge ability. Only on the eyeball. Yep. So Ray is alive. I think Blue. Does Blue have a shot? Blue would be the last one. Ray. How ridiculous. Ray hasn't even needed to spend the focus still. That's like wild to me. So thankfully has a focus for defense. This is a shell charge for hit crit. So Ray is going to take a crit here. Oh, it's obstructed. Rolls the natty auto evade. Is there a reason why?
Ignore it on struts.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You ignore. Oh, it would be obstruct. I thought it was obstructed from the gas cloud. Way off though. Not even close. Yeah. Fuel leak with these gas prices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on 1. So Chris rolled, I think it was 4 for 4 in natty evades, and then every roll had an evade, is what I'm trying to say. So, and because of that, stays alive on 1. But you mentioned the escape vector. I don't know what that looks like.
I mean, you don't, right? Like, you point your front base at whatever you want to do the most damage to, which is maybe 404. I don't know.
So 5-2. So Chris getting a couple more objective points there. But Ray on 1 near a rock, blockable, double stressed. Sherman saying I'd be able to get away here through a little bit of cheating, perhaps. Probably. I think a Talon roll from 9 looks really good this turn.
Yeah.
Gonna order some food really quick
You
because I'm
think
a lazy sack of
Firefighter
shit.
can block the Talon roll?
Ooh, yeah. I don't know if without like a boost or something though. I'm not so
Yeah,
sure.
like a 3 hard or something. That would be hysterical if he did it. It'd be real mean.
Can we get a pardon for Ray? Dude, you know what? Too soon, my guy. Don't even get me started.
Lord.
What hold on, there's this great quote in Oppenheimer, one of my least favorite movies, and you guys know I hate that movie. Say, what is it you said? This is just how the game is played. And that's what Joe decided to do. He says, what is it you said? This is just how the game is played. Take that, Jack. All I know is you guys don't want to look at my laptop. I'm going to turn off the dice cam and hopefully remember to turn it back on. So who's going to be the one to kill Ray, assuming she doesn't hit a rock? Who would it be?
The funniest
Blue?
shit would be if the homing missile kills Ray. That would bring me joy. Or at least
A homing missile?
Someone-
Who has a homing missile? Did I
I
miss
thought one of the
something?
droids had a homing missile.
I don't think so. Do they?
Yeah, one of them must. Oh, God.
Really?
I played so much CIS in Draft League
No.
on accident. 'cause I'm stupid.
On accident?
One of them has. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a
I
moron.
think you were cheating because there's no homing missile in this list.
One of them has a homing missile.
Dude, can you how bad are homing torpedoes, dude? Be honest.
You just like. So I did a card clean out earlier this year, and the amount of cards I've literally never used is
Like, what is
enormous.
this?
Like, so many upgrade cards are actively useless, and it's like FFG, why did
Right?
you make this shit? Like, and they made it to be useless.
Yeah, Tier Fod Belly Run is one of the funniest
Belly
upgrades to me.
rub.
And it still
Belly
costs
rub.
something. Make it free. If your opponent lands himself on a rock with a Y-wing to be able to fire ordnance, like give
And you
them
don't win
that.
that
Give
game,
them
yeah.
that.
Who the fuck has a homing missile?
Yes, well, that's a very niche example. You're still looking.
One of
Who has the
one of
homing
the
missile?
random
Who?
One of the hyenas has a homing missile. The back toy prototype that no one has ever played.
Oh, so we're talking SLs, I
Yeah.
assume. Okay, so you're up 5-2. You lose Ray. You lose 7 points. It would be 9-5. And you have to assume Ratchet scores like 1 or 2 more objectives. You'd be down by, it would be 11-7. You'd be down by 4, and then you would have to do a lot of cleanup duty.
Yeah, they're. I don't know if they're playing slow or what's happening, but like,
Things are grinding to a halt.
yeah.
They probably should have started moving.
There's not really any damage on there aside from Ray, who's going down. Like, you do have to score more points after you kill Ray.
Focus boost. Let's go, Merle, the expert flanker. The flanker spanker is what we call Merle here. And yeah, we're parking. We're parking biatch. Who still has the energy shell charge? Okay, DBS 404.
Has the shell charge, yeah.
I think everybody else has fired one now.
Yeah.
First player has been Chris the entire game so far, by the way. A sea of blue in the middle of the board there at the top. The counter. 081 is you probably just barrel roll, calculate, and try to get it rage.
Calc, yeah.
Just like
the disrespect runs the corners, even though it's turn 4.
Running away with a one-hole
Running
vulture
away
is
the corner
incredible.
with a one-hole vulture on turn 4 is great.
I love it.
I think he's range 1 too. This is Ratchet's first season draft league, right? Like, I don't recognize the name.
I'm not sure. I think so.
They're playing very well.
Yeah, he's good. He's also apparently a fan of $3 He messaged me being like, "Hey, I messaged Will." He messaged Will thinking that Will was me, and Will's like, "No, I'm Will."
Well, I'm also part of that problem.
Yeah, we all look the same. Yeah. That's one of my favorite, dude. That was one of my favorite gambits this season. Was like all of us just using Denny's fucking picture. And then you screenshotted my profile header as well, I think, with Will photo bombing.
Yeah.
It's just great. Oh,
I don't know how I feel KDB.
oh my God, that clears. My
brave.
God, that clears. Oh my God, that was brave. That was brave. Oh my
I'm a
gosh.
little stupid, honestly, but brave. I was looking that hard, but that was scary to me.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, I just pulled it up on stream. I magnified it. It is magnetize, magnify. Yeah, it is as close as you can get, man.
Is this the Talon Wolf block here? Maybe.
Yeah, so that fits. Ray is in enough firing arcs to die. Here's the Talon roll.
Yeah. I did not understand that barrel roll. Or the...
Yeah, that would have blocked it. Yeah, now 404 is in the spot.
Taking a big boy shot right there.
And I wonder where Dirge had to have like banked far enough. I don't know. 32C could be in Shrubby. Only one force for Ray, no actions. So I don't know how much you can really do. And I don't know. Can you use Ray on any? You can't add the blank with the back arc, but you can use, or sorry, Rose's ability while you defend or perform. Yeah, anywhere you can use Rose's ability. All right, only enemy for Dirgy Boy here, so he can focus. He's down to 3 hull already. Poe is coming up his caboose. The famous TTS bump. Oh, because Ray fully cleared, but also bumped at the same time. Yeah. Oh, Poe's gonna bump. So that's 3 shots you can take into green, into 32C, right?
Mm-hmm.
You really need a hero. You need a hero to hold out the night. I need a hero. I'm holding on to a hero through the morning night. Oh, it's like, the base. Come on. Come on. Roll some dice. I mean, this is to Chris's detriment if in terms of just the
like,
overall pace. Not saying it's him doing it.
He could claw this back, but I think he may need 2 more turns after this.
Are there rules about 6 rounds in the playoffs with this season? You guys would know. I don't know. Will they have to keep going until they hit the 6th round? I mean, they could definitely. I think they'll hit 6 rounds, but they got to start rolling dice the next minute. I just want to make sure not messaging me for some reason. Okay, they're not. We're good. Okay, something about draws, not game length. That's good. Cool. Cool. I'm just wondering. It's you bumped. What can you do? All right. So
they did flip the Genealogy prototype stabilizers. They may have been talking about that.
Okay. So Poe has range 1 on to green, 32C, who has. Does 32C have a calculator or anything? I wonder what 32C did. It said bump. I don't know. Did 32C bump into dirt? That's not possible. It didn't bump into dirt. We don't know what's going on. They just were deliberating for an extended period of time. So we're gonna shoot. Interesting. We're taking a range 2 obstructed shot into the Genosion prototype here. And Poe rolling 2 hits and an eyeball, spending the focus for 3. The Genosion prototype has taken 1 damage and has 7 hit points left. Yeah, and rolls natty evades. Hey, Chris, you can roll him 2. Chris, you can roll him 2.
I think it that shot. I think was not the right call. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, some more interesting choices here. I mean, I guess you shoot green, right? Yeah.
And here's Ray. Has 1 force. Oh, it has the. Oh, nice. There's 4 hits. Okay, has the lock from earlier, but
potato.
Still not going to kill. No crits, and of course there's the natural 1 evade and takes shield and 2 damage.
Oh, shut the prototype. Okay, never mind. I have no idea what's happening in this game.
Splitting fire here, though. I thought you would shoot 3 times into green, but we've kind of split people up, some shots up here. Can't speak. 3 hits, reroll for 3 hits and a crit into yellow. This is DBS 404. Does he have a calculate? Does. Going to be taking hit crit. Let's take a look here. Hit. And the crit is a fuel leak with these gas prices. That's not good. Never gets old. Exclamation point merch if you want to get your fuel leak with these gas prices t-shirt. And now Dirge gonna try to be the one to take out Ray here. See you, Ray. Ray Skywalker. Roll that natural evade. There he is, 5 for 5. 5 for 5 with the Ray natural evade. Incredible. Down goes Ray. 7 points. 2 CIS.
All right, Nick. You know how people sometimes ironically put stickers on gas pumps of politicians and it says, I did that?
Yeah,
the gas price?
Yeah.
You know who causes a lot of fuel leaks? Is our friend Darth Vader. What if you made Darth Vader sticker? slapped on you.
I did that.
Said, I did that.
No one would
that
get it
be
but
allowed?
us, but that's enough.
Yeah,
Just take a picture of it for proof, and that's all we need.
I did that.
Now we're gonna go into Poe, see if we can start plinking some damage in. No one else but Merle has taken any damage. Merle taking a shield earlier. Heyo, oh my goodness. That's a bunch of crits. Spend a calculate from the boy that hasn't died. Hit, crit, crit. What's with my teammates never following this channel until now? What the hell, man?
Skill issue, dude.
Been here for 5 years. It's outrageous. Dude, I don't know what these greens are, but they're mean. All right, so how much is Pose takes 2 shields? Got it. Yeah, so By Night just had a baby a little while ago earlier this season. Ratchet is expecting a baby at literally any moment, apparently. I am happily single, so I am not expecting a baby anytime soon. Maybe ask me tomorrow.
Those two things are not that correlated, Nick.
I just wanted to tell everyone I'm not having a baby. Is that, you got a problem with that?
I mean,
Yes. The answer is always yes. All right, this is into Poe from the prototype, and Poe's going to take his last shield. I'm sorry, I just realized I never followed 312. It's fine, I don't forgive you. There's a lot of what am I chopped liver vibes that go on when I get to stream Draft League games and all the people who never heard of us like come and watch. And I'm like, hey, welcome, but also like, we've been here. Just not as big as the king. Merle into DBS 404 here. Last shot of the round. 1 crit. Such a pick me streamer. Yes, I'm the trad streamer. All right, objectives. I think Poe's going to get the bottom left. This is going to be a good turn, though, for Ratchet. Looks like he's going to claim 3 of them. It's 12-6. Heading into the 5th round. Christian. As Larry David, you know, Colfax, what's up? Colfax, how's it going? How we doing? This round is brought to you by Maya Papaya, a cat, just chilling back there, like a menace. Got the jersey on, the 312, $3 baby. Yeah, this is gonna be the last round. They're not gonna play. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna play 6 rounds. Which I don't think there's any way Chris can win with if this is the last round. You would need to kill. The closest thing to dying is facing the other direction. We are going to be, so you got your big games Tuesday, Thursday with Greg on NCX, playoff coverage. 312 is picking up a couple games, 2 games on Wednesday. So I'm going to be playing, I might be on stream with somebody on Wednesday, I'm not sure, but then I'll be picking up By Night's game, a KDB teammate of mine who decided that we existed today and followed us. Thank you, by the way, for the follow. It's never too late, but it'll take a little while for me to forgive you, you know, I'm just saying. And then we'll have a game after that, a late night game. It'll be Hot Shots and Wolfpack. So Sherman and Wardy will be playing each other on our stream. So And then I'm going to PAX on Friday, and so I'll be recording some videos. I know Andrew's going to be there. I get to see him again. Big hug for Andrew. Chris is going to be there. He's playing on stream right now. I'm excited to see everyone. I'll be asking people questions about XWA and stuff and posting those videos to YouTube, as I like to do when I go to conventions and stuff. It's a fun way to make some extra content. When I'm not doing OnlyFans, I do that kind of content instead. So you got to find ways.
That's profitable for you, I assume.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, give me a man with a receding hairline and a decent jawline. Like, I got you, baby. That's my OnlyFans offering. Show feet. There we go. Like shit on the bottom of it because I've been walking around. There's like lint all over my feet. There you go. Somebody can clip that if they want. What a crazy guy. It's me. Just realized I never had the X-Wing Alliance logo up. I had to turn it off for when I was playing Call of Duty with my brother. For some reason, we decided to do that. That was fun. There we go. Looks good. Andrew, did you get your stuff in the mail yet?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Looks nice. Okay. I need to put the new 312 sticker in my box.
Hell yeah. Oh, the holographic one?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I also got some incredible... So I got some awesome swag from XTC. It's all last year's stuff and the year before. Mm-hmm. Some awesome coins I got to use.
Nothing's better than swag. Scooter.
You?
Scoot, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate you, dude, always.
It's
donating money to the...
in a long time I haven't like painted stuff for and prepared for. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I can see my friends. Who cares?
Man, for one, if I get $2.50 for 1 foot, what do I get for showing 2 feet on stream? Whoa! I just. Yeah, he needed another round. They haven't started moving. That's gonna be game. I think I can confidently say that unless something absolutely catastrophic happens with the dial choices that Ratchet makes.
I don't see him with how well he's played so far. I don't see him making a mistake and losing the game here like that.
I'm on a budget. I can only afford 1 foot. Oh my God. Who's being more thoughtful? I don't know. I mean, I think Ratchet maybe a little bit. He still has a dial to set. Here's what I've been doing. This happened a few times in my draft league games this season. If by the 3rd or 4th round we only have like 20 or 30 minutes left, I will mention it. It's like, hey, I just want to let you know we only have 20 minutes left. I really want to get 6 rounds in. Like, it's a way to not be so confrontational about it, but like it's good to call out when you're like, and sometimes they're like, oh, is that bad? I'm like, well, that's like 15 minutes around and we only have like a few ships on the board. Like, it's not great. 6 should be the goal.
I wonder if Greg knows. I'm sure he has the data on this, but are games finishing at the same percentage in XWA as did in?
Oh, it's way more improved with XWA. Points.
Like the percent of games getting to 20, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, games are I mean, it'd be interesting, even just like anecdotal. I know it's a little bit more confirmation
Mm-hmm.
bias, but to just like go through the weeks and just taking a look at the scores, and there are a lot. Just like I clicked on like week 9, for example, there are a lot of 20 plus games, and the ones that don't
That was
finish
something
20
that, like,
are like
honestly,
17 or 18 points for the most part.
I wouldn't say I cared enough to like really care, but something I looked at the XTC or XOA points and I was like, huh, I wonder if less mods on the table games not finish. And I hate when games don't finish. Like I find it very frustrating when like a game is designed such that it cannot finish regularly, which was
Yeah.
very 2.0y. Or the best strategy involves you not getting the game to completion, you just timing out and playing for 20 or 30 minutes longer than you needed to. So it's good to hear that at least for you it has not been the change.
Yeah,
And obviously,
I've been happy with. Let's see, Greg's here. 526 out of 700 games finished with at least one person having 20 plus. That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good.
526. So 2/3. That feels low, but I don't know what. Like, I know my finish percentage is like somewhere in the 90-some percent.
Andrew
In my
always
competitive
finishes.
games. Right. Right. Because I also like I don't know, and usually the stronger players are, the more they're gonna finish.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, of those 700 or of those 174 games that didn't go to 20, how many of them were within 2 or 3 points of 20 is also.
yeah.
If like 3/4 of those are within 3 or 2 3 points, it's
I don't think there's like, well, there's like the tiniest of incentives not to concede in draft league, like unlike there are in real X-wing, where it's like, oh, you physically want a break in the tournament round, and so you want to take those extra 50 minutes when you know you're going to lose.
yeah. No, but you're right. Like I mean, I found it. I've experienced this in all forms of X-wing, where a game concludes where you felt the momentum heading in your favor, but like some factor just like caused things to take longer, and you just feel like this weird empty feeling. Like you lose, but you felt like you probably could have won, but you ran out of
The game
time.
wasn't over yet. Yeah. Like you're dealing with
game
an
wasn't
artificial
evolved
construct of a tournament like system that meant that the game didn't finish in the way. I think for me, like one thing I liked about AMG was that because everything had double mods, a 3-point ship could threaten other ships, which is harder to do when your 3-point ships are single mod and only 2 dice. And so if the offense level is down, my worry is it becomes very objective focused and games don't finish because you don't have to do damage to win. But it sounds like that's hopefully not happening. Also, Draft League is very silly with its setup, so it's not fully representative, but sounds like 2/3 like it doesn't seem like there's a major problem at least.
Yeah, I'll take 2/3. If you showed me those numbers, I'd say like I'd take it every time. Like just like without context, I'd be like, yes, I'll take that. He just called you silly, yeah. But I kind of get the vibe. Like Andrew, I know what Andrew's definition of silly is. I know what he means by that. I'm not saying he's not saying it's dumb. It's just kind of, it's a little silly.
I meant so like it's goofy, right? Like it's weird. It's different. It's not. You would not.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. Yeah, Greg's like, you're not wrong.
Right, like, one, the people are weird, obviously. But like if you were balancing for a 5-round tournament, you wouldn't. Like Draft League would not be your ideal data set, right?
Yeah, I mean, some people list build only thinking about what has the best chance of doing the most damage. But the way I've list built in 2.5 is always like, can I see myself taking crates most of the game? Can I see myself scoring enough objective points in assault? Can this play scramble? Does it have the high initiative? And thankfully, Rebels and Empire both offer just an embarrassing amount of choices that are good for those scenarios. So I haven't struggled as much, but CIS and Scum, like Resistance, has always performed better than people thought. It's interesting. First Order. All right, Dice Cam's back on. Waiting for the conclusion of this game. It appears that KDB will take the 1-0 series lead. The momentum shifter, the early momentum shifter.
If only the
A slight
commentators
nudge.
weren't so biased, and maybe Chris would have had a chance.
You know what? I had my horse in this race, but I felt like we did a pretty good job of not being very biased.
Yeah.
I mean, I called out the daddy evades every time because it was actually kind of funny. Like it was like it's kind of laughable, but I like Chris. Chris is a good dude. I'd root for him.
Yeah,
Like even
agreed.
when he's playing against my team, like I thought he brought a good list. And poor Ray. I would think that of the few things that Ray really doesn't want to see, it's like 7 or 8 ships all capable of dealing crits.
It's rough. It is rough.
Just a heads up, y'all, if you haven't signed up for our team league in between draft league seasons, we do have season 3. You can join with a team of 4 other players and be a captain. You can join as an independent player and be assigned to a team. Or you can find a team. There's a channel for looking for team and assemble a team that way. So no draft. It's a little different that way, but season 2 was a ton of fun. Looking forward to season 3. That'll start in January and go until March. So sign up. We also have, let's see, exclamation point. I think it's tourney. We also have an online event free to anyone who wants to play on the 14th. XWA points. The Blues Brothers Bonanza. Got an amazing logo by Copper Blue. Appreciate our unpaid graphic design intern working hard for us. We have 28 players sign up for that. I'd love to get at least 32. I think we're going to hit that number. We still got 11 days, almost 12 days.
Right. That's quite a few for like a one-day online tournament.
Yeah. I mean, there's kind of a need for that, like in the sense like there really aren't many. There used to be too many almost, and now there's like none. So I was like, yeah, I'll at least a few times a year. I'd like, people said monthly. I don't really want to do that. I'm actually thinking of creating an invitational system next season or next year.
That
for
barrel
2025.
was, that's rough.
That just gets him out of his arc dodges.
Yeah, like fucking takes the lock to give the prototype a reroll. Like just really, really sharp play here.
Just for formality, we're taking some locks, ships that we can't shoot at. The prototype gets to use them though.
Yeah, the prototype can reuse rolls.
Can use the. What is that called again? It's not like suppressive fire. It's
Networked
called
aim, I think.
Networked aim. Yeah, that's what it is.
I know something.
Nicely done. I was like it's not fire convergence. That's the lat. I'm like trying to think.
Yeah.
So I will say one thing going back while we're getting these shots through that Chris could have done differently is him having Ray and Poe coming through the same exact lane and relatively similar to like Nine's lane made it a lot easier for Ratchet to just kind of execute his game plan the way he hoped. Yeah. I think if you split up a little bit more, you still go after Ray if you're Ratchet, but Poe being on the flank, Nine being on the flank, and then Merle being behind. I like the way he played Merle. Took a little while to get him in that flanking position, but he's in a good spot. So Poe's trying to take yellow off the board. Three hits. And takes 2 more. Still alive, I believe.
Yeah.
On 1. Yep, on 1.
Yeah, I think that's one of the scenarios like, you kind of got to spend the lock on the hits. Like, you actually do need a crit.
Dirt's
Or I
got
guess
nothing.
3 into a blank cat would have worked. Yeah, but still.
I mean, I fearless a crit down to a hit when I play Isofane.
Yeah.
When he gets Grievous, is like, yeah, no. Another crit in there. This could finish off Dirge. Dirge does take all 3 to die, but will reveal his ability or activate his ability to flip those cards and see what he can remove to maybe not be dead. So any direct hit is discarded. In each with the pilot trait. So is there any pilot cards? No.
Oh,
hey, there you go. And he got him.
Yeah.
That is 4 points. I mean, that gets Chris to 10. Objective wise, though, looking at where everyone is, I think, yeah, you still lose by a couple here. But he got Dirge. Merle will have the last shot. Can Merle kill the prototype? Prototype is how much health left? 3?
3 yeah, it's like theoretically there's an avenue in which he could have killed 404 and the prototype this turn, and I think taking the win. But obviously,
no, I mean the prototype isn't going to roll a die. I think you could definitely kill the prototype.
Oh, well, no, because your prototype still got a green. Because it's Merle has to be in the prototype's bullseye.
Oh, okay. I thought Merle had to have bullseye. Got it.
I think it's the op. Yeah,
but
Merle
still, I mean, still
bullseye.
definitely could die for sure.
Yes.
Poe has taken some, at least, well, it looks like 2 shots here. Not great. I don't think you should spend your calculate here, to be honest. Nope, not worth it. Nope. No, oh, he is? Oh, I guess you have networked. No, you can't use network calculations with a Roombas. I'm so confused. I guess we're going to spend the calculate. Heroic gets the evade. Nice. Poe takes 1. This shot from Merle actually matters a lot. I'm trying to think. It looks like it would be 2 points. Would they tie? I think they would tie. It would be plus 1 more for Chris.
It's be at 14.
Yeah, it would be 14 to 14.
14, yeah.
So Merle needs 3 paint. The Genosian, for some reason, spent the calculate.
Oh, yeah. Chris just typed in the chat box, deep breath.
Oh, he has heroic, too. So blank out, he could re-roll. Oh, there you go!
Oh! If Chris pulls this out, this would be incredible.
Oh, my God. That would be wild.
I kind of hoping for a Blake. Sorry, KDB. That would be KDB way to lose.
What are we checking?
And there's a crit.
Oh, gets the evade. Oh my God! With the but a direct will do it. A direct will do it.
Yep. Yeah.
You pull too many cards? No. Yes.
Cards.
Is that a direct? Blinded. Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know. Ratchet almost gave the game away. Spent a little bit. I mean, just spending the calculate didn't matter. But if he had rolled an eyeball, that would have been rough. Oh, Chris did everything he could have possibly done to try to win that game. And he ends up scoring that top left objective because he sticks around. Genosian prototype. 15 to 12, or 11 rather, is the final score as KDB does barely pull it out. I'm trying to play the animation. Come on. There we go.
Nice game, boys. Nice game.
Whew. Nice job, KDB. Great game. Nobody bet on my boy, so no one gets any credits.